This is John. John isn't a genius, an influencer, or a crypto millionaire. But John has something most people never get, a simple rule that makes money problems way less scary. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and a follow Money Mindset Daily so you don't miss any of our practical money videos that actually change how you live. Today, we're breaking down the $10,000 rule. Understand this once and you'll never look at your bank account the same way again. Most people think they're broke because they don't make enough. But the real issue is this: every dollar that comes in goes right back out. Rent, food, bills, subscriptions, Starbucks, I deserve this purchases. At the end of the month, there's nothing left. So one flat tire, one medical bill, one lost job, and it's panic, credit cards, and stress. They don't have a money problem, they have a no margin problem. The $10,000 rule fixes that margin. Here's the rule. Your first financial mission is to build a $10,000 cash vault that you never let drop below that amount. Not $200 in checking. Not, I've got half a paycheck saved. $10,000. This is not for vacations, new phones, or I had a tough week. This is your do not cross line. Think of it like the red line on your fuel gauge. You don't dip below it unless your life is on fire. Why 10,000? Because for most people, 10 grand can cover a big car repair, an emergency flight, a deposit and first month's rent, or a few months of bare bones living if you lose your job. It doesn't make you rich. It makes you harder to destroy. The moment you commit to the $10,000 rule, your thinking changes. Instead of asking, how do I survive this month? You start asking, how do I get to $10,000 as fast as possible? Now, every decision has context. That $80 night out is 0.8% of your goal. That $300 gadget is 3% of your goal. You stop treating money as random spending fuel and start treating it as progress toward a vault. That's the difference between trying to save and actually building wealth. Back to John. John brings home $3,000 a month. $2,100 goes to rent and bills. $500 to food and gas. $400 just disappears into random spending. No savings, no cushion, just stress. One day, after yet another overdraft fee, John sets a new rule. I'm building a $10,000 vault. I don't touch it. Period. That's it. No fancy spreadsheets, just one target. First, John lists every monthly expense. Streaming services he rarely uses, the gym membership he forgot about, the overpriced phone plan, Uber rides because he wakes up late, takeout 4 times a week. For each one, he asks, does this help me hit $10,000 faster? If not, it gets canceled, downgraded, or limited. In one afternoon, John frees up about $300 per month. Now, instead of $400 accidentally leaking away, he has $700 he can aim at his vault. He opens a separate savings account labeled Vault and sets an automatic transfer, $350 every payday. He treats it like rent, non-negotiable. Cutting costs is good, but there's a limit. So John works on the other side of the equation. Income. He picks simple, boring options. Food delivery 3 evenings a week. Occasional overtime at work. Selling stuff he doesn't use. That adds another $400 to $500 per month. Now about $1,100 every month flows into the vault. At that rate, he'll hit $10,000 in roughly 9 months. It's not forever. It's a short, focused sprint to escape financial fragility. Around month 4, John's car dies. The repair bill, $700. Old John would have emptied whatever savings he had and started over. New John has a rule. I solve problems without touching the vault unless it's truly life or death. So he takes extra delivery shifts, pauses non-essential spending for a few weeks, and delays buying anything fun. The car gets fixed. The vault survives. That's the key. The moment you treat your vault like a normal bank account, it disappears. The power of the $10,000 rule is in its untouchable status. 9 months later, John's vault hits $10,000. Nothing flashy happens. He still lives in the same place and drives the same car. But his life feels completely different. A job loss is now an inconvenience, not a crisis. A rent increase is a negotiation, not a disaster. Family emergency? He can buy a ticket without going into debt. He's not rich. But he finally has something most people never get: stability. Once you're stable, you can make calm, long-term decisions. That's when money starts really working for you. So what happens after 10,000? You keep the rule. $10,000 becomes your permanent never drop below this line. Money you save above the vault can finally go to killing high-interest debt, simple, long-term investing, and building skills that raise your earning power. Because the vault exists, you can invest without that tight, panicked feeling. You're no longer making decisions from fear. Maybe you're thinking, 10 grand? I can't even keep $200 in my account. Then adjust the levels. Make $1,000 your level 1 vault. Once you prove you can hit and protect that, push to 5,000, then 10,000. The exact number isn't the magic. The magic is saying, from now on, I am the kind of person who always has at least this much in cash, and I protect that standard. Most people never choose a standard. They just accept whatever their bank balance happens to be. You're choosing on purpose. Here's your quick action plan. 1. Pick your vault number. Ideally $10,000. If that's overwhelming, start smaller, but keep 10,000 as the final target. 2. Open a separate account. Nickname it Vault or Do Not Touch. No debit card. Access should be inconvenient. 3. Automate a transfer. Even $20 a week counts. Consistency beats motivation. 4. Do a one-time expense purge. Go through every subscription and bill. Cancel or downgrade anything that doesn't clearly matter. 5. Choose one way to earn extra. Overtime, side gigs, selling stuff, tutoring. All extra cash goes straight to the vault. 6. Protect the line. Only true emergencies, life or death, roof over your head emergencies, are allowed to touch that money. Repeat this until your vault is full. You don't need a secret stock tip. You don't need to flip houses or time crypto. You need one solid base, a $10,000 vault that makes you hard to break. Build that once, and every money move you make after that becomes easier, safer, and less stressful. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe to Money Mindset Daily, and turn on notifications. We upload simple, no BS money videos to help you build real stability and long-term wealth. So, what's your number? And what are you going to change this week to start building your vault? This is Money Mindset Daily. Build your first 10,000, then build the rest of your life.